إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد. What's sabr? What's the definition of sabr? لغة, linguistically speaking, al-Habsu wal-Mana. Linguistically, it's to ban or prevent. Ban and prevent, or ban or prevent. Al-Habsu wal-Mana. Ban and prevent yourself from despondency and anxiety. لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. To prevent yourself from being despondent or having anxiety. To ban and prevent your limbs from committing sins. That's sabr. To ban and prevent your tongue from complaining. Patience with no exaggeration. Patience with no exaggeration is a methodology. It's not mere words said when one is afflicted. Wallah, I'm patient. That's after he said something to anger Allah at him. Then at the end he says, Wallah, I'm patient. إنما الصبر عند الصدمة الأولى. Patience has its teachings, its rules and regulations. That's patience. So does complaining, since we said it's an entire way of teaching, the next point would be, is complaining negating sabr? When I complain, does it negate sabr? The answer to that is complaining is twofold. The first one is bad, and the other one is actually a complimentary, a good way of complaining. One should never complain Allah to His creations. You complain to Allah. And that complaining to Allah is a sign of strong iman. Yaqub alayhi salam, the father of Yusuf, after the trials he went through, he said, فَصَبْرٌ جَمِيلٌ. In the initial beginning of it, he said, فَصَبْرٌ جَمِيلٌ. Beautiful patience. And beautiful patience is patience with no complaining. So he said, I'm determined to have beautiful patience, patience with no complaint. I'm not going to complain. You don't preserve patience so that people can say, Wallahi, so-and-so is patient. Nor do you preserve patience so people can say, Wallahi, wasn't despondent. Even though he said, فَصَبْرٌ جَمِيلٌ, and Allah quoted it in the Quran, فَصَبْرٌ جَمِيلٌ, after the news of what happened to his son, he still complained. Yaqub still complained. But he said, فَصَبْرٌ جَمِيلٌ, which is patience with no complaining, but he still complained. He clearly said it. In fact, he said, I complained. But he said, I complained to Allah. إِنَّمَا أَشْكُو بَثِّي وَحُزْنِي إِلَى اللَّهِ. I only, إِنَّمَا, verily, only, I limit it. إِنَّمَا أَشْكُو بَثِّي, I complain my grief, my sorrow, what I feel in my heart, to Allah. وَأَعْلَمُ مِنَ اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. And I know that of Allah which you do not know. Complaining to Allah does not negate your patience. Complain your poverty to Allah. Complain your worries, your anxiety, your weaknesses. Complain that all to Allah. That has nothing to do with negating your patience. Complain all that which is in your heart. Empty your heart out to Allah. Cast what's in your heart in all humbleness and humility to Allah, and watch the results you're going to get. Ayub, a man declared by Allah. Allah, the judge of all judges, declared Ayub and said about him, إِنَّا وَجَدْنَاهُ صَابِرًا نِعْمَ الْعَبْدِ إِنَّهُ أَوَّابٌ. Allah truly says, truly, we found him, Ayub, patient. Declaration by Allah. How excellent of a slave he was. Verily, he was oft returning in repentance. That's the meaning of awab, one who continuously repents. But the point of it is the beginning. Truly, we found him patient. Truly, who said that? Allah. Inna wajadna. We found him patient. Who found him? Who found Ayub patient? Allah, the Almighty, found him. He still complained. Allah declared him patient, but he still complained. His complaining to Allah was among the factors that gave him the honor of being certified by Allah as having been found to be patient. He complained to Allah. Anni massani ad-dur. Look at the delicate words that Ayub used. Massani. Massani. I've been touched. Destroyed me. Doomed me. Ahlakani. He didn't use any of those words. He said, I've been touched. Touch. A little bit of touch of hardship. I've been touched with problems. What problems was he touched? Every one of you, we don't need to go through them. Every one of you knows he's an example of one who is patient. And even though he lost his wealth, and he lost all his wealth, he lost all his family, children except his wife, he lost his health, he was in the bed, he was in an illness in the bed, he says, Massani. All that is not for a day or two, for years and years. When he complained to Allah, he says, Massani ad-dur, because people are worse off than him. Anni massani ad-dur. I've been touched with an affliction. So he complained, but he complained in a humble way. He said, Allah declared him to be one who was found to be patient. The sinful, the wrong type of complaining, the one that negates your patience, is complaining the creator to one who's created, the provider to one who's being provided. To complain the most merciful, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, to a human who's deficient or lacks mercy in totality. Does it make sense? Does it ever make sense to any of you? Look at it when you want to sit and complain to people. Does it make sense to you to complain to one who's deficient in mercy or doesn't even have mercy? And leave the one who's perfect and complete and ultimate in his mercy? Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, the most gracious, the most merciful. Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah said, complaining is three levels. The first one is, the most despicable is complaining about Allah to His creation. Why did this happen to me? Why am I going through this? Why this? Changing your belief, changing your ways. The second one is the best level, which is complaining matters to Allah. The third one is in the middle, which is complaining creation to the creator. So the second two are good, are okay. The first one is the one that negates patience.